Preserve your fondest memories with love and care.
Pingoy Portraits offers exquisite handcrafted family portrait wall art that'll last for generations. Mary Grace joined us with more.
You know what, we really try to set ourselves apart. You know, nowadays everything is digital. You take pictures with your phone daily, and people have millions of pictures on their phone. But we actually turn them into artwork that you'd be proud to hang in your home. And my two grandmas, they taught me to pass things down. They were my heroes, and they had a lot of kids themselves. And they taught me to put portraits on the wall. And that's what I love to do for families, is to make sure they have something to come home to, and it warms up their space and it reminds them of what's most important. So that's what we do, is we create artwork that you'd be so proud of and reminds you of what's most important in your life.
And that is true, because you have this space on your wall and you don't know what to do with it. And you can, if you don't want just a big picture of, let's say, family, you can do that artistic version of it that makes it look and elevate it. And that's what you guys do so well.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I mean, we are really a family-oriented studio. We believe in families, we love children, and we believe that children need to know how beautiful they are and how precious they are. And studies have shown, like, a portrait on the wall of a child, like, it makes them feel like they belong to that home, and that they're also like, I'm on the wall, you know?
Yeah.
And then when they grow older, they'll be able to inherit that one day and be like, this is a piece of my childhood. So.
Here's the thing, this transcends photography. It feels like artwork. It feels like a painting. Can you talk a little bit about what you do?
Yes, we actually do. There's very few studios that offer painted works like we do. We actually come in and we can transform any photo into an actual painting. So we combine the digital, modern technology with the old school, painted brush strokes, and then we transfer it to canvas, and you see that it's called our masterpiece finish. There's some brush strokes there. Everything there was done by hand. It's not like AI. Now you hear about AI.
Yes.
We do it like with a real human being. Every single brush stroke was done by hand. And you see behind you, that's one of my favorite paintings we've done. We have a garden set, and then it looks like they're really in a real garden somewhere, but that was actually in our set.
This is stunning. It's unbelievable. It looks like it's out of a book, like a children's book. The one behind you looks like I would see it in a department store.
Yes.
And these are all beautiful photos that represent an entire family. What made you decide to really go for that extra mile to give families this?
Well, I think the quality is so important, but again, we like to just freeze time because our children are so small for only, I have 6 kids myself. This portrait is of my own kids, and every day I'm like holding on to their, childhood. I want them to stay, little forever, but as we know as parents, we can't do that. So when we have a portrait like this, it freezes time for the families. And we can, like, when they're still believing in magic and Santa, that goes by like this. And when they believe in the magic of, this fairy wonderland, it's just such an innocent time that you want to preserve in artwork because it's so special.
Well, we have to say kudos to you, because these are your kids. You have 6 children.
Yes.
You're a working mom. This is an independent business, a woman-owned. What are some of the coolest shots that you've ever had the chance to do?
Oh my gosh, we've been so blessed through the years. I have to say that God's been so good to us. We've had some NFL players come through the doors, and we had one was really cool, Miss America. She became Miss Universe, and she brought her family in. But most of all, when it's not just celebrities that we're shooting day-to-day regular families. And like I said, we're really all about the family. So every child that comes through our studio gets that 5-star experience. We want them to feel like we love on them so much. They have so much fun. It's like Disney World in our...
I want to come.
Yes.
This sounds amazing. As a mom of 6, it's got to feel so good. What does it mean to you personally to have this as part of your legacy, really?
Well, again, I feel like every child just needs to know how special they are. And I hope one day my kids, will value these portraits. And I bet they get sick of me just asking all the time, can I take a photo of you? But they're pretty trained really well. They smell on cue.
I'm saying this takes some serious skill to not only get the shot as a photographer, but then get the best moments of your subjects and get them to trust you and sit still for this long, too.
Yes, and that's what we love doing for the families, is we provide the gowns, tuxedos. They don't have to worry about that. Our staff loves kids, and they take care of all that hard work. and we get the smiles for them.
That is the hardest part with photos, is actually dressing the children.
yes.
I'm like, I
Yes.
never know
She
what to
knows.
put them in. That is
Yeah.
wonderful. So what do you have coming up next, and how can people find you?
Well, we have these Santa portraits, which you see here, of course, this season of year. It's so popular. We're actually almost selling out, but we have this vintage look, like the Norman Rockwell, like the old time Santa that gives you the warm fuzzies. And the experience itself, just that time alone with Santa, that is worth it alone, but then we turn it into artwork for you. So
Well,
that's very special.
Love it. It's not only artwork, it's also a family heirloom. Thank you so much for being with us, Mary Grace.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's my pleasure. And really, thank you so much.
Pingoy Portrait Studio donates a portion of the proceeds from every session to charities that support children with special needs or terminal illnesses, including Make-A-Wish Foundation, Down Syndrome Association, and Reese's Rainbow.
To donate or for more information, just head to pingoyportraits.com. We'll be right back.